Jai to all. Today I'm here to present the video lecture on subject control system BHC 602, and the lecture is Bode plot. Topic of my lecture is Bode plot. So Bode plot is basically a frequency domain analysis method for finding out the stability. And in this case, we can find out the relative stability directly through the graph, because it is a graphical method. By seeing the graph, we can easily measure the gain margin, phase margin, gain crossover frequency, phase crossover frequency, which is responsible for a system to become stable or not. Okay, so let us start. So first of all, we'll say Bode plot. So Bode plot method gives a graphical procedure for determining the stability of a control system based on sinusoidal frequency response. Okay, so you have given a transfer function. You will simply put s equals to j omega that, and you are having the sinusoidal frequency response of the system. Now, what we have to do in case of Bode plot, what we will do, the variation of the magnitude of sinusoidal transfer function means we are having the sinusoidal transfer function. We will take its magnitude, but generally we will express, here in case of Bode plot, we will express the magnitude in dB. Okay, it means we will calculate the magnitude and we will plot it with respect to frequency, and also we will calculate the phase, and that phase we will that phase we will plot with respect to the frequency. Okay, so the plot thus obtained, which is a combination of two plots, that is magnitude plot and phase plot, is known as Bode plot. Okay, so Bode plot is, you can say, is the basically the combination of you can say is the magnitude plot and the phase plot. Magnitude plot is the plot between magnitude in dB versus frequency, and phase plot is the plot between frequency and phase. Phase we will calculate here in degrees. Okay, is known as Bode plot. In both the amplitude and phase plot, as the frequency is plotted on the horizontal log scale and the amplitude and phase angle are plotted on the linear vertical scale. So you can say, like, if we will talk about Bode plot, so we will choose semi-log paper, and on that semi-log paper we will draw this Bode plot. So semi-log paper, you can say we are having a paper in which you can say these are the points. You can say these are corresponding to log axis, and here you are having linear axis. Means vertical axis is linear axis, although this x-axis is basically the log axis. So whatever, so log axis, benefit of log axis is that we can accompany a large range of frequencies. Okay, so like you know, if this is log axis, if this is a log graph, and we are putting the frequency values, and let's say we are starting it at 0.1, then 1, then 10, then 100, like, so you can accompany a large range of frequency, because if you will see it, like, these frequencies are in these are normal frequencies, but when you will plot it on log scale, so this will become like log 1 is 0, log 10 is 1, log 100 is 2, and log 1000 is 3. Okay, and this is the vertical axis. Okay, what we will do basically on the same scale, like here we will draw the magnitude plot, let's say, and here we will draw the phase plot. Okay, so by plotting magnitude and phase plot on the same axis, we are having so many benefits. We can easily find out the gain crossover frequency, phase crossover frequency, gain margin, and phase crossover margin. You know, let us suppose one magnitude plot, let us an example like this. So this frequency is basically your gain crossover frequency, omega GC. And let us suppose you are having a plot somewhat like this. So this frequency is called WPC, or phase crossover frequency. Okay, and what about the gain margin, phase margin? That gain margin and phase margin, what you will do? You will put a perpendicular from here to here and here to here. Okay, so this is basically the phase margin, and here in this case, this is basically the gain margin. Okay, so if gain margin is measured below and phase margin is measured above, then you can say system is stable. Or another thing you can say is when omega PC is greater than omega GC, then system is stable. Okay. Advantage of logarithmic Bode plot has an advantage of being approximately by asymptotic straight lines. So we are using here asymptotic lines. Okay, the relative stability of closed loop systems can be conveniently accessed by plotting its open loop transfer function by Bode plot method. As we have already seen that gain margin and phase margin is determined directly from the Bode plot. And for complicated system, Bode plot can also be plotted from experimental results, and therefrom the transfer function of the system under test can be determined. So this is the you can say benefit. Now advantages of Bode plot. Expansion of frequency range of a system is simple. So as I have told you that if you have to analyze a system within a long range, then we can easily do it using this Bode plot. Experimental determination of transfer function of a system is simpler if the frequency response of the system is shown using Bode plot. So this is the another benefit. Use of asymptotic straight lines for approximating the frequency response of the system. So this word you can say approximating. Okay. So the results that we are getting through this Bode plot is the approximate plot. Or you can say whenever we have told that we have to draw the Bode plot, generally we will draw this asymptotic Bode plot. But we can correct this Bode plot so that we will get the exact Bode plot. Okay. There is some minor sort of correction is required in this asymptotic Bode plot to make it exact Bode plot. Okay. So Bode plot can be plotted for complicated systems. Relative stability of the closed loop system can be analyzed by plotting the frequency response of the loop transfer function of the system using Bode plot. And frequency domain specifications such as gain crossover frequency, phase crossover frequency, gain margin and phase margin can be easily be determined. So these are the advantages of Bode plot method. Now the disadvantages. So using Bode plot, it is possible only to determine the absolute and relative stability of the minimum phase system. So this is the disadvantage basically. So minimum for phase systems are those systems in which all the poles and zeros lie to the left half of the S plane. So this is the disadvantage here. Like in case of Nyquist, if any one of our pole is lying right half of the S plane, even then we can find out the stability, closed loop stability of the system. But here this is applicable only those open loop transfer function in which all the poles and zeros lie on the left half of the S plane. So this is the limitation you can say. And corrections are to be made in the obtained plot to meet the desired frequency plot. That this I have already told you that if we require the exact Bode plot, then we have to make some corrections on the asymptotic Bode plot. Only then we will get the exact Bode plot. Okay. Now let us take an example and we will see that how we will draw the Bode plot based on this. So the loop transfer function of a system is given. This is the problem which is given to us. GSHS equals to AT upon S times S plus 2 into S plus 20. Sketch the plot and determine the following frequency domains, that is gain margin, phase margin, gain crossover frequency, phase crossover frequency, and also comment on the stability of the system. So you know all these things are very simple to obtain in case of Bode plot. If we have drawn the Bode plot correctly, okay, then we can easily find out all this thing, and we can also comment on the stability of the system. So this is the open loop transfer function which is given to us, AT upon S times S plus 2 into S plus 20. So first of all, we have to convert this in a standard form, and the standard form is like K times standard form is like you can say GSHS equals to K times 1 plus STA 1 plus STB up to so n upon S to the power n 1 plus ST1 1 plus ST2 up to so n. So this is the standard transfer function. This is n is the number of poles at origin which will define the type of the system, and K is the open loop gain, and S and these are the zeros. So at S equals to minus 1 upon TA minus 1 upon TB, we are having the zeros, and at S equals to minus 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2, we are having the poles. So zeros and poles are like this. Okay, so first of all, we have to convert it into a standard form, so that what we have done for this, we have take out 2 and 20 from here, so that we will get 2 over here, and we are having s upon 1 plus s by 2 into 1 plus s by 20. Now we will put s equals to j omega in this equation. So we are having the equation 2 upon j omega times 1 plus j omega by 2 into 1 plus j omega by 20. Okay. So now from here we can find out the corner frequencies. Corner frequencies are the you can say in the transfer function are corresponding to the frequencies wherein some pole or zero occurs. Okay. So what happened at these corner frequencies, the slope of the Bode plot get changed. So that's why we have to find that what are the corner frequencies. So you can see here, you can see the power of j omega is 1. So this is a type 1 system. Okay. So type 1 system. Okay. And corner frequencies are like, first one is 1 upon 1 by 2. It means 2 radian per second, and 1 upon 1 by 20. It means 20 radian per second. So these are two corner frequencies, omega c1 and omega c2, and type is 1. So you know, in case of type 1 system, when we will draw the magnitude plot, then the initial point is initial slope is minus 20 dB per decade. Okay. So from we can see here, like this 2 upon j omega term will contribute minus 20 dB per decade. Okay. And 1 upon 1 plus j omega by 2, cutoff corner frequency is 2, and it will again added minus 20 dB per decade in the magnitude. So the total magnitude after it will become minus 40. And you can see in this transfer function, again there will be a pole at s equals to, at omega c2 equals to 20 radian per second. So you can say again minus 20 dB per decade will be added here. Okay, so it will become minus 60. Okay. So you can see here the values of gain, like values of gain we have calculated. So how you will calculate? When you will take 20 log mod of this, so it will become 20 log 2 upon 20 log 2 minus 20 log omega 1. Okay. So if you are choosing your starting frequency as 1 radian per second, so the starting point at the Bode plot is 6.02 dB. Or you can say here, initial point from which Bode plot starts will be calculated by 20 log k minus 20 log 10 omega, where omega is this frequency, which is the starting frequency we have chosen. We can either choose it 0.1 or 1 generally. Here in this case 1 is chosen. Okay. And then we are having the terms like 1 upon 1 plus j omega by 2, due to which you can see the gain is minus 40, and due to this term is gain is like this. Okay. Now we will draw the phase plot. So phase equation can be written like 0 degree minus tan inverse, one pole contributes minus 90 degrees. So it will become minus 90 minus tan inverse omega by 2 minus tan inverse omega by 20. Now you will vary the frequency and you will get the various values of phase. You know, magnitude plot is based on the slopes. But here in phase plot, we will get the values of phase at different frequencies, and then all those points are joined using a smooth curve. Here, in case of magnitude plot, that lines are asymptotic lines. But here we will join those phase values using a smooth curve. Okay, like if you will put at phi equals to 0.2, then the value of this term minus tan inverse omega by 2 is this minus 5.7. This term will become minus 0.57, and total phase is minus 96.27. For 2, similarly, we are getting minus 140.7. For 8, we are getting minus 187.76. And you can see at infinity, we are getting the value at minus 270. So here we are interested mainly in those phase values which are crossing minus 180 degree line, because that line gives us the phase crossover frequency. So that's why we are more interested in points where we are getting the phase value around minus 180. Okay, so you can see here you can see the values are increasing, 1 minus 187 and minus 195. So what happened? You are having the value, you can say you are having the crossing value in between these values. Okay, and so this is the final Bode plot that we will obtain. You can see the magnitude plot. So the magnitude plot, this is the 0 dB line, this is the 0 dB line, and here we have taken 1, but this value is 1 radian per second. You can start this value from here also. And one important thing is, in the log paper, if you will see, this complete from 10 to the power minus 10 to 10 to the power 0 or 10 to the power 0, 10 to the power 1 is called as 1 decade, wherein frequency changes 10 times, So let us suppose if we are plotting it, and we have assumed that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means from 0 dB to 10 dB, our scale is 2 dB, 2 dB is for one small block. It means you can say, if you are drawing a line like here, if you are drawing a line and you are joining this point to this point, okay, this point to this point, or you can say better is to take not this line, because we are dealing with minus 20 dB minus. So if we are joining this point, if we are joining this, so this line slope is having minus 20 dB per decade, because here from here to here we are moving 20 dB above, and this is 1 decade. So this line slope is minus 20 dB per decade. Similarly, if you will join this line, so it will give you minus 30 dB per decade. Okay, so that depends upon your scale and your semi-log paper. Okay, so that's why we are getting at one frequency, we are getting the value. You have seen 6 point something, so we are having this point, then we are getting this point. Okay, so this is the point which is of interest for us, because at this point our Bode plot, at this point our magnitude plot cuts the 0 dB axis. Okay, and its value is, you can say here is 2. So you can say this value will be around 2 point something. Okay, and this is the phase plot, and this is the phase plot. Okay, you can say, see, this line is minus 180 degree line. So we are interested in that frequency. It means this frequency. This frequency is the at this frequency the phase will become minus 180 degree. So this frequency you can say called as gain crossover frequency, wherein magnitude plot cuts the 0 dB line. So this is gain crossover frequency. Another one is phase crossover frequency. Phase crossover frequency is the frequency at which phase line cuts minus 180 degree line. Okay, so this is your phase crossover frequency. Now we will put we will take this point and put a perpendicular to the above plot, means from this plot to this plot and from this plot to this plot, and the margin that we are getting is basically the gain margin and the phase margin. Like if you will see here in this case, this is the magnitude plot and this is the phase plot, and you can see this is basically we are measuring it below the 0 dB line. So that's why this is called gain margin. Okay, and here in this case we will see this is the line which is gain crossover frequency, and basically this is your phase margin. So if your gain margin is measured below 0 dB axis, then it will become positive, and if phase margin is measured above minus 180 degree line, then it will also taken as positive. And stability condition, is the condition wherein omega PC will be greater than omega GC. You can see in this case. And another thing is that gain margin, phase margin, both positive. So if gain margin and phase margin both are positive, and also phase crossover frequency and gain crossover frequency, also phase crossover frequency is greater than gain crossover frequency, then you can say about the stability of the system is that this system is a stable system. You will see whenever you will draw it, whenever this condition meet, then definitely this condition will meet. It is not like that this is separate condition and this is separate condition. Whenever phase crossover frequency is greater than gain crossover frequency, then your gain margin and phase margin will become positive always. Okay, and you can see here also the values are written, like gain crossover frequency is 2 radian per second. So this is the point which is mentioned here. So it is 2 radian per second. Phase crossover frequency is the frequency at which this plot cuts here. So this is your phase crossover frequency, phase crossover frequency. So this is your gain crossover frequency. Gain crossover frequency, phase crossover frequency. So this gain crossover frequency you will get is 2 radian per second, and phase crossover frequency is this. So this value you want to read. So this is somewhere between 6 and 7, and when you will check it, you are varying between 6 to 7. So this value is 6.25 radian per second. If you will see precisely, that you will get 6.25 radian per second. And what about the gain margin and phase margin? You can see here, this line cuts over exactly here. So this is gain margin, which is 20 dB. And in case of phase margin, you can see this is the phase margin. So you can see here, it is above the minus 180 degree line, and you can see here, you are moving here minus 180 to minus 140. So it means minus 140 minus of minus 180. It means phase margin is positive. So this is, you can see from here over this scale, not over this scale, because it is showing only 20, but here we are taking, so this value is 40 degree. 40 degree, this is the 40 degree. So this is how we can draw the Bode plot for a particular open loop transfer function. Okay, and so the frequency domain specifications we can easily calculate it over there. 2 radian per second to 6.25, 20 and 40 degree. Okay. Since omega GC is less than omega PC, system is stable, and gain margin and phase margin are greater than 0, and omega GC is less than omega PC, the system is stable. So you can say the system will become stable system when we are taking when as for this particular open loop transfer function. Okay, so this is the another problem which can be solved like in a similar manner because of the time constraints. I am just telling you that whenever this type of question is given to you, and they are telling you that this value of k is given to you, but you don't know the value of k, then always assume k equals to 1. So whenever you will assume k equals to 1, then you can draw it. You can assume k equals to 1 or also k equals to 10 if you want to change the scale of the plot. Otherwise, all these things will remain same later on. Okay. And like in this question, in addition, determine the gain margin and k and phase margin so that gain margin is plus 30 dB, and second, determine k gain margin. Whenever this type of condition is there, then we have to shift our Bode plot accordingly. Okay, let us suppose you have assumed k equals to 1, and based on that assumption, you are getting the plot in which and in that plot, let's say gain margin is 20 dB and gain margin is 20 dB, but you want that your gain margin should be 30 dB. So what you have to do to getting that gain margin for stability, if you want to make your gain margin from plus 20 dB to 30 dB, then you have to shift your whole magnitude plot by 10 dB in the downward direction. And similarly, in case of phase margin, if you want to increase the phase margin, then you have to shift your plot upside. Okay, so this is where we can solve this easily. And these are the references. Control System Engineering by S. Sullivan, Rangraj. Okay, so thank you so much.